So I have some music also. Is this the one? Yes. It's not a game music, so it's good music. You'll know it, huh? So, good afternoon. Welcome. As Vasilis told you, I am here to talk to you a little bit about engagement and a project that I have participated in Portugal. Good. So, who am I? I am Pedro. I am 45. Nevertheless, I look 25, of course. And working with millennials is like working with kids. It's fun. You get younger. I'm married. I have two beautiful children. I'm a proud dog walker of two beautiful beagles also. I'm a roller hockey coach. I race 24-hour kart races, and in my spare time, I work at Novabus. It's different. So I work mainly with talent and culture, and the programs that we conduct are mainly in talent and culture. We work in 4 different pillars. The first, engagement, people engagement. The second, how do we innovate in HR programs? The third, how do we energize people every day? And how do we conduct induction problems to get them to be cultural attractive to all the people? That's why I unofficially call myself the CIO of the company. That's the name I wanna be. I wanna have in my cards, but I don't. So this is unofficially. So for those of you that don't know Novabus, Novabus is a Portuguese IT consulting firm, more than 2,400 people, 140 million annual revenue, projects in 35 countries, and 8 countries that's where we are in with offices. So, quick run over Novabus. 2 apologies. The first one is my English. This is my English. I'm not a native English speaker. The second one is I have a terrible cough, so sometimes I'll do this. So, sorry for that. 3 years ago, we had a challenge from our boards to look at 2 very simple things to solve. The first one, employee turnover. This is a consulting firm. It's normally is around 20% every year. So look at that. The second one, how much money do we spend managing people? 2 very simple things to solve. And we had a design thinking approach. We used the Stanford design thinking approach and start by empathizing. We went to talk with people. We conducted over 50 interviews with people that have already left the firm. And what did we learn with those interviews? There are 3 main reasons, and by the way, this is not exclusive of Novabus, this is all the way on all consulting firms. Lack of challenge, bad reward process, and lack of recognition. 3 main reasons. And we decided to look into performance appraisals, promotions, and recognition process. By the way, the first thing that we talk about to the boards, the first day that we had the results from the interviews, we said, let's end performance appraisals, let's end promotions, let's not end recognition, okay? We wanted to kill the promotion process, we wanted to kill the performance appraisal process, but let's see how that goes. We had some things that in mind that we wanted to propose to the board. We wanted more transparency, we wanted more regular and nuclear feedback, we wanted people to have shorter reaction time. 70% of our population is already millennials, so they need a shorter reaction time. We needed a shorter reaction time. Feedback disconnected from the reward moments. Our legacy process was an annual process. At the end of the year, people were communicated. I would have sit down with my talents and I would say, your evaluation for this year, you were a well done or a outstanding or whatever. And I would go into details. But in his head, he was translated that into euros, because that was the same time I was telling him how much money would he get from his bonuses. So we wanted to disconnect this moment, the feedback process from the reward. Sorry, from the rewards moment. Also, we needed constant challenges. That's not enough to have different projects and whatever. We need constant challenges challenges even within the projects. We needed a sense of control. These people has to understand that they can control their lives. They can control what they are doing, the way, where they are going. This is scary for the company, but this has to happen. Also, we needed 360-degree feedback. Everybody talks about it, but then you go to the field and it's not implemented. And they need to know what is expected from them. This is what we wanted. We wanted this. And we went to the board, let us design an experience to have this. And that's what we did. The experience that we wanted people to have had to measure impacts. Millennials need to, we have the 4 pillars. We say people run on purpose, people run on mastery, people run on autonomy, on relatedness. We have all that. But not all of people run on that. We say millennials run on purpose. Not all of them, some of them. And for those, we have to have the impact. They have to understand, they have to see, they look back, I did that. I had an impact on that project. So we have to have impact on projects. We have to, we have to have a culture to give and receive feedback. This is the experience we want them to have. Also, they have to be able to give uncompromised, sincere, upward feedback. Realize daily expected actions. What do I expect from them every day? Actions, not behaviors. You have to be nice. You have to dress well. No. You have to take notes in your meetings. You have to be in the morning, on time, fully energized. Things that I can see. Daily actions. Also, we wanted them to monitor their own performance. How can I see if I'm doing what it is expected from me? And at the end, we wanted them to have fun. Because if they have fun, we are good. We stop worrying about turnover, and we do not talk about talent retention. We talk about talent happiness. Because if they are happy, they will stay. And if they have to leave, because probably most of them will, they will recommend us, and they will leave happy. So if you work on happiness, you don't have to worry on retention. So let me show you a quick video so that you can see the solution that we have in place, and then I will talk to you a little bit about the process.
The digital revolution changed our lives, changed the way we evaluate things, objects, culture, music, movies. It changed the way we work, but not the way talent and personal development in business is evaluated. Work should be motivating, exciting, and personally challenging, and drive self-improvement as a way to drive global corporate improvement. But today's performance evaluation is dependent on old hierarchical models, paper-based and bureaucratic, yearly based and miss the details, needs universal equity and justice to be a roadmap for self-improvement. Today's models are a closed system. Talented and qualified people hate this. Meet Nova, the groundbreaking solution for corporate performance evaluation, a self-improvement app based on a gamification concept with people at its heart. Nova is a paradigm-shifting breakthrough that will bring transparency, accountability, and real-time peer-to-peer evaluation and feedback to the front of corporate life. But how does it work? First, you enter Nova by subscribing to the app. Your Nova Master defines your goals, your set of skills to improve on, and your challenges as an individual and as part of your team. As you start to work on projects with your teams, you start to exchange instant feedback with your peers. This feedback is a personal evaluation indicator, so you can check your ongoing impact and status. It's a way to empower people in the workplace. Every 2 months, you have assessments with formal feedback from yourself, your peers, and your project manager, checking the progress you've made towards your goals, reviewing your skills, missions, bonuses, and badges associated with your route, and you won points that count for your final evaluation. Missions determined by the Nova Master will challenge you on your own course of self-improvement and offer rewards upon completion. Badges mark your milestones. Surprise challenges will give access to special rewards like extra vacation time, access to conferences, and so on. All the information is plugged into the dashboard, so you can get a better idea of just how you're doing. The benefits of the Nova app? It stimulates the dynamics of your workplace, teamwork and mission behavior, making work more simple and rewarding. It increases talent retention, motivation, workplace relations, sense of justice and opportunity, and your chances of corporate mobility. It's beyond performance. It works with the emotional development of people to allow every member of the team to feel truly valued. Nova is a fair, fun, fantastic solution to forever change the way people grow into the corporate universe. So stop wasting time in paper. Take the step towards a new frontier of self-improvement. Nova. Unleash your power.
Great, right? So this is what we have done, but let's not talk about the app or the solution. Let's talk about the process. That's why I'm here. So we wanted people to have fun, so we went to space. No more cowboys and shooting and duels and all that. We went to space. Every one of our workers, every one of our consultants is an astronaut, a pilot. And this pilot has his own spaceship. He can choose the way to go. He has his own cockpit to monitor, and he has a set of skills that fill his oxygen bottle. So every consultant at any time understands what is the level of oxygen that he has. He can compare with the average, compare with his colleagues, compare with the top. How much should I have? And how much do I have? So these skills are composed of all those observable actions that I talked to you about. These actions, as the year go by, these actions will be filling up my oxygen levels. How do I get this oxygen? I have a lot of routes in my yearly journey. These routes could mean projects, could mean different missions inside the company. If I'm responsible for the newsletter, or if I'm doing a big proposal or whatever, should be a different route with different objectives, with different people supervising my routes. So I have my route supervisors, and they can give me feedback whenever they want. But because this is a people process made by people to people, and because sometimes there is no feedback, we have 4 formal checkup periods. In these periods, the supervisors and the space fleet all give feedback to the pilots. They all give feedback to each other. This brings the 360-degree experience to the limits. Also, at any time, at any time, my supervisors can launch missions. If they say, you are underperforming in a certain skill, you are having some trouble with this action that we want you to do, let's launch you a mission so that you can get more oxygen on your bottle. So this is the process as we have it. No platform, no technology, this is the process. This is what we have done. Because we had a design thinking approach, we had a prototype and we had tests. So we had a pilot project for over 1.5 years. We started January 2016 with one business in the company, about 50 pilots. We had a lot of involvement from the business in the designing of the project. We designed the project in 2 months. In March 2016, we started with these pilots. Almost zero technology. We were using Excel and Google Forms. And the compromise I've made with the board was, don't spend any money, because we don't know if this is going to stick. Don't spend 1 million or 300K or whatever. Don't spend it. Let's just check the processes. Let's just check if this is going to stick or not. And this is all on my back, so I have to be charging Excel and Google Forms and whatever. But it's only 50 pilots, right? Wrong. 2017, 200 pilots, because the business said, okay, this is doing great. We are going to invest now in the technology, but it's going to take us at least 8 to 10 months to develop all this. So let's enlarge the pilot a little bit, but you stand with your manual processes nevertheless. So February 2017 started the implementation of the platform. It is now over. It's being tested until the end of the year. And January 2018, we'll have full population in this process. It has been an experience along the way, along this 1.5 years, and I have some lessons to share with you. This is the thing that Pete was very keen on me showing you. The first one, was we developed focus groups at the end of each year to redefine the process if needed. So let's bring all together and let's look at the desired actions. People were saying, no, there's one action here that is non-applicable. You know, wrong. If I am expecting a certain type of people to perform this action, it is impossible to be non-applicable. What could happen is that we have an action misdesigned. This action is wrong. We are not going to put the non-applicable in the process, we are going to redesign the action. And we have done this at the end of 2016, we are doing this now as we speak, and we are not afraid to change and to evolve, okay? So, lessons learned. First one, management involvement was crucial. If someone above does not sponsor your projects, go home. It's not going to happen. And if it is a big change in the company, it's not going to happen. We had a lot of power into the team because of the board's involvement. Second, communication. We had a strategy to communicate only to the people involved, and that was tough because having 2,000 people hearing in the corridors about Nova and not knowing anything about it, we had a lot of people say, you have to show me, you have to tell me. People are asking me to give feedback, and I don't know why. They are asking you to give feedback, so give feedback. What's the problem? I'm asking you to tell me in a scale of 1 to 10 if this guy performs this or not. Just do it. So this was part of a strategy because, once again, we didn't know if this was going to stick. So I don't know if we could go back. I don't know if we would have do the same, but it was part of the strategy. Third, detractor involvements. All the detractors, and there will always be detractors in the process, were involved in those focus groups that we were talking a while ago. So if they were talking badly about the process and this should be this way, this should be that way, we use a scale of 1 to 10. There were people saying that we should have been using a scale of 1 to 16, 1 to 12, 1 to 8, 1 to 6, 1 to 5. Everybody has their opinion. So let's bring all together in a room and let's talk about it. So all the detractors were involved in the process, and this was good. This was good for us, good for them, because they could be a part of the solution. Prototype and don't be afraid to fail. The first Nova version, in March 2016, we told the boards, let's kill career levels. With no career levels, no promotions, nobody unsatisfied. If I'm unsatisfied, I'm unhappy because I'm not promoted. If there is no career levels, I'm not going to be promoted anyway. So what we were telling the boards, if you hire people on their experience, if you hire people with 4 years experience, 5 years experience, 6 years, why not treat our own people for their experience? I have one guy here with 5 years experience. Every year I go up a level. I'm expected more. But then the company was not prepared for that. Payroll was not prepared for that. Function design was not prepared for that, and we had to put it on hold. Don't be afraid to roll back if you need. Also, we designed originally 2 monthly checkups. And the first checkup, I did it personally inside. So I went to every project, talked with peers, pilots, and project managers. It took me 1 month to analyze 15 projects with 15 people. So imagine 200. We had to quickly roll back. Larger periods, we now have formal quarterly periods, and we do it online. We do it with forms. Sometimes more is less. We didn't anticipate for automatic integrations. Doing manually, when you go for a manual process, a pilot process, you don't account for integrations that are automatic. We now have automatic integration with our SAP system, and now we integrate with all the creativity that our project managers have financially, managing people. They create a lot of garbage inside the system. When we connect automatically to that system, we get automatic garbage. So this was a problem. We had to roll back some things, to change some things in the company, but it's okay. It's a struggle, of course. And last, tests, and redesign. This is a model for people, doing by people, and what we learn is that, for instance, in a scale of 1 to 10, what means a 7 to me is not the same that means to you. So we were evolving. Now we have a very specific scale. We know exactly what the 4 means. We had communication sessions, we had training sessions, role-playing, and mainly, we have a huge system with a lot of feedback, with a lot of numbers, a lot of information, but still, if you don't do anything about this information, it's the same as having nothing. If I have a guy that in average believes he's a 9, his project manager believes he's a 7, and his peers believe that he is a 6, we have a problem to solve. But if we don't have a good conversation with this guy, with his team, and with his PM, his project manager, it's not good enough. So we had to test and test and test and evolve the system. So these are the lessons I have to share with you. Now we have a good platform, full population. January will be live, and I challenge you to do the same. Okay, thank you very much. I think you have a code over there.